Hi guys, we really need to talk about the stock market. Sorry for this version, like for recording on my phone. Maybe the audio won't be perfect, but we really need to talk about Tesla and the stock market. Both, one is affecting the other, and I'm gonna tell you everything in this video. I wanted just to reach out so that you know everything about Tesla and the stock market. So most people are not talking about this, which is why I really want to record this video as quickly as possible. So let's start from Tesla, and basically what is happening is it's now pulling back, and the reason is very clear, guys. The stock price has gone up so much from, it was the 1st of October, it was that's when the run started, and it really went absolutely parabolic, and it basically came up like the upside was insane. It went up like 30% or something like that. That is an absolute, obviously incredible increase in just a month. And so what is happening now, and obviously that is quite simple to understand, it's they're taking profits, guys. That's very simple, right? They've taken money because they are cashing out some of their positions. They're not closing the entirety, I guess, but they see that the stock has gone up so much. And it's not the only stock that is being affected. Look at AMD and look at Nvidia. These are stocks that have gone up at the same pace, more or less, and at the timing is exactly the same. Later we're gonna talk about the stock market, because the stock market is having a very strong effect on Tesla, Nvidia, and AMD. So all these stocks are basically on the same boat. But what I want to also touch on Elon's tweet that we talked about in my previous video on Saturday when the tweet came out. So obviously Elon's tweet was very important for Tesla to come back to earth, basically to pull back. And by the way, if you want to stay up to date on the stock market, Tesla, this kind of news, this is the channel, so stick around. So that's what happened. Elon tweeted, but this is not really the main reason. The main reason, guys, is not even valuations. Many people may talk about Tesla, Nvidia, these companies now, their valuations is overblown, they're overvalued. Okay, that's what they might say. Well, that's not true. Like, what is happening is simple. The stock price has gone up so much and so quickly that basically they're taking profit, all hedge funds, and they are happy to take profit on these trades because they are making like 30% profit and even more in just a month. That is a profit that they normally would make over a few years, and they know about the taper. They know about what is going to happen in the near future with the taper, with interest rates going up. And so money, as I've told you many times, the money will move from the stock market to the bond market. So that will happen. We don't know when. And stock investors, and I'm talking about hedge funds and big investing firms, trading firms, and all of them, they are looking short term now. They see that they made a very fat gain on big stocks like Tesla, AMD, and they're taking profit. Now, what I want you to talk about is where I see Tesla in the very short term. And I see Tesla in the short term. Oh, there is also an ambulance, so that is gonna really make good audio for this video. Happy days, I must say. Right, so Tesla, I personally see it coming back to $900, and the reason is because that is what has normally happened when there are these massive pullbacks, and it's not gonna be straight down. I believe that we are gonna, first of all, maybe bounce back up, probably bounce back up tomorrow, because the Tesla has gone down as it has gone up too quickly. It's now coming down too quickly. So some people and even some funds will buy back in tomorrow. So that's my guess. Again, I'm guessing. By the way, I'm not a bear on Tesla at all. Let me just tell you let's just finish the part where I tell you about Tesla and what I see in the future of Tesla. So it will bounce back up and then come back down a little bit more. Look at what happened basically when it went up in 2020 and then it came back down. It just bounced up and down for a few months. Now I see that happening again because we are in the same, more or less, in the same sort of market, even potentially even more bearish than back then, because now we know exactly that we're going to have high interest rates in 2022. It's almost guaranteed that the Fed will increase interest rates. Like, it's just a matter of time. The Fed is like waiting around, and they know that they will have to increase interest rates. There's no doubt about it. They say half 2022. I'm probably thinking first quarter of 2022, because they were thinking of tapering probably very late. They were saying 2022. In reality, they're gonna start much sooner, which is gonna be obviously this month, as I told you last week. So probably even interest rates will be increased much sooner than the Fed is telling you. So they're lying to you guys. That's the first thing. And on this channel, no lies. Everything is straight out of the source. And obviously this is my opinion, not financial advice. Now, what I did for my portfolio. Now, let me just tell you that it depends on your goal. Again, we're talking about your goal, not my goal. My goal is to buy myself a house in 2021. That is what my goal is at the time of recording. It may change, I might get back into I might invest everything back into the market. The possibilities are limitless. But at the time of recording, I want to buy myself a house. So short term, I don't want much volatility in my portfolio. I want to be able to cash out some profit, as much profit as possible. And so what I did was I cashed out some of my position in Tesla last week when it was still going up, and I was thinking, hang on, maybe I made a mistake. To be honest, I thought in myself, I want to be completely honest with you. When the stock market goes absolutely parabolic, and I'm talking about stocks, you have to sell. You sell when the stock market goes up like a rocket ship, and you buy when it goes down. So that's what red day is good for buying, green day is good for selling. Okay, so because my goal is short term, I sold some of it and I took profit. So with this in mind, do you have to do the same? Well, it depends on your goal, investing goal. Very important. So if it is long term that you're looking at and you don't need the cash, that is the point. If you don't have an investing goal, that is fine as well. But do you need the cash in the next year or so? If the answer is no, you don't need the cash, then stay in the market. Don't do anything. Just leave your money in the market. Now, there is another thing to look at. Obviously, that is taxes, and you want to be as tax efficient as possible. So that's another thing to look at. But definitely, you don't have to sell out if you're just afraid of the market tanking. Absolutely, don't do that. So that's what I did with my portfolio. Full disclosure, I am still in Tesla. My biggest position is still Tesla, even though I sold a quite big chunk of it. It is still Tesla, my biggest position, by far and away. So last but not least, why is the market having an impact on Tesla? Well, it's very simple. The market is possibly having a double dip, and that is something that happens over the years at this time of the year. It's quite normal, quite common. So if you look at 2020, if you look at other years, sometimes it's very, very pronounced. So you see the first dip is very big, and then there is another dip. But sometimes you have a very big dip, and the second dip is minimal. Almost you cannot even see it. So by just looking at the S&P 500, and this is your homework for you to go and do, just on TradingView for free, you go there, you put SPI. That's the that's the ticker for the S&P 500 traded in the US. You want that one because it's traded in dollars. You don't want any currency influence on the S&P 500. You just want to see what the S&P 500 is doing and has done over the years. So you just look at the daily chart and you see that from normally September and beginning of September till beginning of October, there is a dip. The reason is because there is tax season for the US. So 1st of October is when hedge funds start their new financial year, and so they are tax savvy, way better than me, way better than you, way better than probably everyone else. So what they do, they sell whatever they feel like needs to be sold within the previous tax year in September, and then they buy back in October. So what happened this year is very interesting because the market went up like an absolute rocket ship. Like, it just kept going on and on. And if you look at how much the market has gone up, it's insane. So you look at the 1st of October, the 28th of September, because the 1st of October, I think it was a Sunday or a Saturday was. It was a Saturday, so obviously the market was shut. But if you look at what happened from the 28th of September all the way to today, it was like the stock market has gone up 9%. Sorry, the S&P 500 has gone up 9% in one bloody month. 1 month, 9%. That is how much the S&P 500 returns in 1 year. So what is happening now? Guess what? The stock investors, the hedge funds are taking profit on the entire S&P 500. Yes, because the S&P 500 has gone up so much, they are taking profit. It makes sense, right? You would they basically want to crystallize the profit that they made in a month, because it equals to the profit that you would normally make in a year. On top of that, we are in a bit of a bearish market. We are approaching a bearish market because of the tapering, because of high interest rates that I've told you about, and I'm gonna make more videos about Tesla and the stock market, everything. So you see that I feel like the stock market is gonna become very much short term right now. No more like long term type of thing. They are trying to grab the profit as much as possible and as quickly as possible. So today Tesla went up like 7%. I don't know now because I've been recording, but it just went down so much. So this is your food for thought. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.